Great. Well, with any luck, this will be the final nail in RJ's coffin. Later. Carrie, I can explain.
I don't want to hear it.
Carrie?
But you said you believed me. Obviously, that was a lie.
Carrie, you don't understand. Look, we've got new evidence on RJ.
What new evidence could you have? My father was with me, your fiancé. Why are you even still investigating him?
You teach criminology. You know it's not as simple as that.
You think I'm lying to you?
Carrie.
Yes or no, Antonio? Do you think I'm lying to you?
Well, there's proof that you helped Lindsay escape. What's the matter, RJ? Cat got your tongue?
Back roads to Lantano Mountains, then head on to the interstate.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How did you sleep? Boy, did I sleep well.
Well, I didn't.
Why not?
Because I kept having nightmares all night about Nora holding my daughter and kissing Troy MacGyver.
Hey, at least you know your daughter's okay.
Yeah, it was worth the risk just to see her.
There you go.
The problem is that we broke out of prison, and the cops are looking everywhere for us, and it's making Jen's life miserable.
Stuff happens.
What has got you so happy, Dub? And what were you doing down in the basement anyway?
What is that nut job done? What has she done to Vicky? She killed her. That crazy broad killed Vicky.
Victoria Lord Davison missing. Police refuse to disclose details. God, this is all my fault.
No, it is not.
Oh, Renee, you just don't understand.
Oh, I understand everything. Ben explained the whole thing to me. Vicky asked you to hypnotize her and then hoped that you'd be able to reach Nikki Smith.
Yes, but she didn't ask me to bring Nikki back and then have her take over her whole life.
No one could have seen that coming.
Maybe a qualified therapist could.
Ray, you were a qualified therapist. You just never got your license.
Which means
I'm a fraud. When are you going to stop torturing yourself when there are so many people who are so happy to do that already?
Excuse me. This message is for you.
Oh, thank you. So what do you think? Somebody new about to sue me? Hey, Gretel, turn on WVLE? What does that mean?
Let me call you back on a different phone, okay? I want you to know that I will never tell Jen what happened last night. I will never tell her that we almost slept together. I mean, let's face it. Jen's never gonna understand.
Maybe if I explain.
Chris, no, she wouldn't, okay? She would never understand, and this is the last thing she would need to know, that last night was not the first time that we almost went too far.
Turn on WVLE. Why?
Who knows? Maybe I'm going to be on America's Most Hated.
Oh, come on. Jimmy, could you please switch to WVLE?
Sure.
You know, maybe they're doing a Gretel Cummings roast.
Literally. Stop it.
I don't know.
See? You are nowhere to be seen. Jimmy, who gave you this note?
I don't know, Miss Devine. It was on the bar when I came in.
Ha! Somebody's trying to get your goat.
Well, they got it.
You know, you are just going to have to tough it out and ignore things like this.
Pretty hard when the whole town wants a piece of you. Oh, boy, here comes leader of the pack.
Hi, darling. Have they found Vicky?
No, they're still looking.
How's Ben doing?
Well, I keep telling him to get some rest, but he won't.
I know. drove around all night in a police car.
Yeah, and he got up this morning went out on his own again.
And he's still recovering. He shouldn't be pushing himself like
don't
this.
think I haven't told him that.
I know. It's so hard. I mean, he's worried sick about Vicky.
Yeah.
We all are. Well, let's just hope that something breaks today.
Yeah, let's hope. I mean, I wish I could help out, but there's some things I have to take care of today, which is why I was looking for you, Ray.
Oh, let me guess, Sam. What? Starting to file a new lawsuit?
No, but I represent the hospital and the suit brought against them by your patients.
Yes, I know you told me that. So, what do you need? Deposition? What?
No, I need to get into your house.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Why'd you stop singing?
You asked me a question. How can I answer it if I'm singing?
So, what were you doing down there in the basement?
Why would you even ask a question like that?
Because that's where you just came from.
Oh, right. Well, I was checking for more rats.
Did you find any?
Oh, yes, I certainly did. A big one. But don't worry. I killed it.
Why would Allison kill Vicky? Why? You know, you've always been a little highfalutin for my taste. But, you know, basically, you're an okay broad. You said a lot of nice things to Max about me. Oh, my God, this is really creeping me out. I don't like being down here with a dead person. Especially somebody that I know. Oh, my God, it could be me next.
Natalie, look, that time that I kissed you, you know, when
Chris,
we were outside.
You weren't the only one responsible for that, okay?
Yeah, I know, but...
I kissed you back. I mean, I went for it just as much as you did, or maybe even more. But I meant what I said. Jen will never hear a word from me. Not a word.
Right, and I'm glad that you didn't say anything.
And obviously you haven't told her.
Well, no, I haven't.
Because she may have been willing to overlook that one time, but if you told her about the Bay Area and...
Natalie, I need you to listen to me, really.
Chris, look, it's okay. All right, I understand. You love Jen. She's always been the one that you love, and that hasn't changed. And I'm happy for you, Christian.
Would you be quiet and listen to me?
They lied to me. They've both been lying to me all along.
Well, bureaucracies have upgraded their software. They can keep records of anything now, can't they?
Well, the Bureau of Prisons thinks it's important to keep records of who drops by to visit their inmates. That way, just in case their inmates just happen to escape, then they'll go to the log and they'll figure out who might have helped them.
Well, you didn't have to put yourself through all the trouble. I'd have told you I visited Lindsay if you'd asked me.
Mm-hmm. Says here you visited her more than once.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we also pulled your phone records for the past month, and there's several calls here that were made from the payphone inside the prison.
Yeah, before you ask, they all came from Lindsay.
Yeah, well, several of these calls were made the day that she escaped.
Well, it was a very long day. That's entirely possible.
Oh, come on, RJ. Why don't we just do this the easy way? We know you visited Lindsay. We know that she called you on the phone. You were helping her set up this whole escape, right? And then when you got to the getaway site, you dropped your money clip. Why can't you just admit that?
It's a simple question, Antonio. Yes or no? Do you think I'm lying to you?
I'm just trying to get all the facts.
You said the escape happened between 9 and 10 o'clock.
Yes, we're sure of that.
Yes, and I told you that I was with RJ. We were watching television. He was there, I was there the entire time.
I know that's what you said.
So it comes down to either one of two things. Either you believe that RJ was outside Statesville, or you believe he was with me. Or better put, either you believe me or you think I'm lying to you. Now, which is it?
Carrie, can you try to understand I have a job to do?
Don't change the question on me, Antonio. Do you believe me, or do you think I am lying to help my father?
Look, I know you would never lie to me, or anyone, not deliberately.
What does that mean?
I know RJ was at the prison that night. But he's slippery, and he twists things, and maybe, just maybe, he found a way, and he got to you.
He got to me? I don't believe this. You do. You think I'm lying to you. You killed it?
Of course, it was a rat. A big one. Oh, that's right. You hate rats when they're alive, but you get all stupid and sentimental once they're dead.
I just don't like to kill anything, that's all.
Well, then lucky for you, because I can do all your dirty work for you. Just think of me as your friendly exterminator.
Is that how you handle everything? When you don't like something and it gets in your way, you kill it?
Sometimes.
And the other times?
The other times I torture it for a while, and then I kill it. I was joking.
Yeah.
You are such a blonde.
Allison, we have to talk strategy.
What about tactics?
What?
Strategy is not my strong suit, but I'm great at tactics.
Yeah, but you gotta have a strategy before you talk tactics.
Okay, let's strategize. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, I was thinking that we would take the back road through Lantano Mountains, and then we would head towards the interstate, and then go to Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, if we leave by dusk, I think we can get there by morning.
Why wait till tonight?
Because it'll be harder to see us in the dark.
Well, that's true. And besides, I do have a couple of other things I need to take care of before we go.
Good, then night it is. I mean, we really can't stay here much longer.
Why not? Your friend RJ, you know, we probably could, because he did a pretty good job of getting us this place.
Why?
Oh, come on. Ray Cummings is being sued from here till Christmas. Her assets are frozen. The cops have sealed off her house. I mean, no way is anybody gonna find us here.
Oh, Sam, come on. Why would you need to get into my house?
I need to see your patient files.
Those are confidential.
I know, but the court says I have the right to know the extent of the treatment you gave various patients who are suing. Don't worry, I'm not going to copy anything.
Sam.
And none of it can even be mentioned in open court.
You know, you're talking about doctor-patient confidentiality here. Right. Forgot. I wasn't really a doctor, was I?
No.
Okay, well, I still don't know what I'm to do to help you. I can't even get into my house.
Actually, I don't need your help, Ray. I just came by to let you know as a courtesy.
I see.
Now, if you could just point me in the right direction, I wouldn't have to go through your personal things.
Okay, the files. They're in a cabinet next to my desk.
Thanks. I'm sorry it has to be this way.
No, you know, brought this on myself, didn't I? If only I had... No, I hate that. No more ifs. What happened, happened. It's time for me to move on.
That's the spirit.
Jimmy, could you turn the television up, please?
Hello, and welcome to part one of a very special report. Here at WVLE, we specialize in news that's hot because my name is Smokey Jones, and folks, this story is on fire. An unlicensed woman, the Gretel Ray Cummings story. The place, Landview, Pennsylvania. Time, the present. The woman, Gretel Cummings, a.k.a. Dr. Ray Cummings. She said she was a therapist, except she wasn't. She said she could help people, but she didn't. She brought pain. She brought misery. She brought deceit. Gretel Cummings blew through this town like a tornado of trouble, leaving nothing but a trail of ruined lives and lawsuits.
That is simply not true. You helped all sorts of people.
And to bring us an update on this assault to the public by the so-called doctor is none other than CEO and board chairman of Buchanan Enterprises, Landview's own Asa Buchanan. Thanks for being with us today, Mr. Buchanan.
No, I thank you, Smokey. It's my pleasure. My pleasure entirely.
Why are you so interested in this case?
It's simple. I love this town. Always have, and I always will. And when some lying, damn quack moves into my town and starts messing with people's minds and their lives, I kind of get upset. And I would like the people of Landview to know what a menace to their community Gretel Cummings really is.
Natalie, look, this may sound a little off.
Chris, look, I'm sorry. You know, when I get going on a subject, I just keep jabbering away. So, okay, good. Say what it is that you want to say, and go ahead.
Okay. Look, about that kiss and you know, what happened at the Bayberry Inn, or what almost happened.
Yeah.
Well,
Nat, Ben's on the phone. Needs to talk to you right away.
Okay.
No, not that line. He's on the one in the kitchen.
All right. Be right back.
What?
Nothing.
How could I have been so stupid? How could I have ever believed anything that Natalie, what Christian said to me? What's wrong?
Look at this junk. It's not only sentimental, it's shallow. Oh, Ray Cummings, what a piece of work. Oh, look at this. Quack, quack, quack.
What time is it?
5 minutes since the last time you asked. Now, what is your problem? Why don't you chill? You're the one who said we couldn't leave until tonight.
We've been in this house way too long.
Where did you get that?
It's just a hunch.
Oh, that is so reliable.
Maybe we should turn on the TV and see if they're saying anything about us on the news.
All right. This is our 15 minutes after all.
I don't care about being famous. All I care about is not getting caught.
Who said anything about fame?
You did. You just said that Andy Warhol thing about everybody having their 15 minutes of fame.
When I was a little girl, my mother used to let me watch 15 minutes of television a week.
Where's the remote? Asa?
Gretel Cummings came to Landview disguised as a doctor saying she wanted to help people.
Right, Smokey. But it turned out the only one she wanted to help is herself.
That's not
I'd
true.
hate to speculate how many lives she's ruined, how many families she's destroyed.
In the hundreds.
In many ways, a dishonest, unqualified therapist is worse than no therapist at all.
You'd think she'd feel real bad about all the horrible things she did. And you'd think she'd stop after finally being exposed.
She's lucky she's not facing criminal charges. But the district attorney decided not to prosecute because of a personal relationship, according to my sources.
He gave her a free pass. And then he dumped her like a load of garbage.
Then there's nothing to stop him if she continues to flaunt the law. I certainly hope she's changed her illegal ways.
Think again, Smokey. She's still at it.
No, Mr. Buchanan, she wouldn't dare.
I brought a piece of videotape with me. I want you to look at what she was doing to those poor college girls. Now, mind you, this was after she was exposed as a fraud.
Roll Mr. Buchanan's tape, please.
You set simple goals for yourself to begin with. You try and do something nice for someone every day.
What? Who?
Doesn't matter, as long as it's genuine. Not because you want something from that other person. You try to do an unselfish, kind deed every 24 hours.
Is that your professional opinion?
It's just my advice. If it helps you, you're welcome to it.
Oh, it's close enough. Did you get that?
Oh, for God's sake. What is
They
this?
did all that just
What
to
is
set you
going
up?
on here? What?
You've just been caught practicing therapy without a license, that's what.
Would you like to make a statement?
Yes, oh, yes, I would. But I'm sure you can't put it on television.
It's a shame. The woman cannot stop herself from breaking the law. She needs help. And Smokey, I mean big time.
Psychiatric help, yes, I should say she does.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm willing to pay for all the help that she needs, providing one thing. She is far, far away from Landview, Pennsylvania.
That is very generous of you, Mr.
I
Buchanan.
apologize for him. This is beneath contempt.
You're at the parade, so this was a new low.
I guess I had it coming, right?
Well, really, listen, my only point is that you shouldn't be surprised. He's gunning for you, and he's not going to stop.
Sam, what can I do to get him to back off?
I don't know. Truth is, that's just who he is.
Great. Just great.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Look, I have to go.
Would you say hello to my house for me?
Right. Take care. Goodbye, Renee.
Bye-bye, darling. Oh, Ray. At the risk of repeating myself, I think that you just need to let all of this roll off you like water off a duck's back.
I know. You know, Renee, when they talk about hitting bottom, I just did.
RJ, we've got you visiting Lindsay. We've got her making calls to you. How often? How many minutes? So why don't you just fess up? Come on. You helped her plan the escape, and then you helped her get away.
I cannot admit to that, Commissioner, because then I would be lying.
Then why did you keep visiting her? Why'd you keep taking her calls?
You know, I'm surprised Nora didn't mention it.
Nora? Why would I be talking to Nora about this?
Well, I mean, a while back, I ran into Nora while I was visiting Lindsay at Statesville, and I told her then that I was considering buying the gallery. I'm surprised she didn't mention it to you.
No, she didn't. Probably because she didn't believe it any more than I do.
You and your goons have busted into my place enough times to notice that I have more than a passing interest in art.
Yeah, it's a great way to hide income from the IRS.
I'm always looking for a new business opportunity.
Or launder a big pile of illegal cash.
You just won't accept that I've gone legit, will you?
You know, maybe I could, if it was true.
It is true. And since Lindsay won't be running anything for about 3 decades, I took the gallery off her hands.
You wouldn't happen to have a copy of the contract now, would you?
As a matter of fact, I do. I just happen to have come here from my lawyer's office.
Well, I gotta hand it to you, RJ. Oh, you think of everything, don't you? Including using your own daughter for an alibi.
I never thought you would believe I was a liar.
I didn't say that. I don't think that.
You asked me to marry you. You said that you would trust me with your life.
Just listen to me. Look, I just think that RJ found some way of manipulating you.
Manipulating me into lying for him?
Maybe somehow he convinced you Somehow he convinced you needed an alibi.
Oh, so I said, no problem. Sure, I'll just lie to my fiancé for you.
I know you care about him.
Not enough to lie. And if that's what you think of me, that I would lie to you, you don't know me at all.
Jen, what is it? Is it your mom? Did they catch her? Wait a minute, she's not... I mean, is she okay?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Look, Jen, it's gonna be okay. I mean, what your mom did was desperate and dumb, but, you know, once they catch her, they're not gonna do anything to hurt her. It's gonna be okay. So just try to relax.
I can't. I'm not scared about my mother.
Well, then what's wrong?
I need a glass of water. Okay?
Okay. All right, well, you stay here and I'll go get it. Any news on your mom?
No, Ben just wanted to, check up on us, you know, make sure everything was okay and update us on where he's been looking. What's wrong?
Jen's going through a tough time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, she's worried about her mom. She says she's not, but I know it is. She's pretty freaked out.
Who wouldn't be?
All right, look, I'm gonna go get a glass of water for her, okay?
See? Things with Christian and I are totally over. The only one he cares about is Jen.
I can't believe I even listened to them. What a fool.
I do know you. I know you're honest.
But you still think I'm lying to you.
I don't think that.
Then why'd you say it?
I'm just trying to consider all my possibilities.
Oh, and one of your possibilities is that I'm a liar?
Hey, look, we've got new evidence, okay? I'm just trying to stay rational and evaluate everything.
No, I don't care what new evidence you think you have, Antonio. I was there. Your fiancé, I was with him.
I know he's your father, and you want to believe him.
RJ, what are you doing here? Did they drag you down here for more questioning?
No. Everything's been explained. For now.
How could you do this?
He came here on his own.
You obviously have no faith in me at all. My word means nothing to
Carrie,
you.
can you please go somewhere else and talk about this?
No, because we have nothing more to say to each other.
Yes, we do. I love you.
But you hate my father even more. And I'm not going to live with it, and I'm not going to marry somebody who thinks I'm a liar.
Carrie, don't say that. Carrie.
Well done, Vega. You blew that with no help from me.
Hey, whoa. No. Hey, this is not the right time to take care of this. This is the time for you to calm down. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. Excuse me.
Is there anything I can get you, ma'am?
How about a home or a job? Money would be nice. Sorry. No, nothing, thank you. At least I have a great future in lawsuits. Let's see, there's the patients and the students, the university, and then, of course, Asa Buchanan every time I turn around.
How you doing, Gretel? Get my note?
If I'm the next one, there's no way I can defend myself. No way. How sharp is this edge? Bet I can cut these ropes.
I always knew that Ray was a meddling idiot, but Asa has to be the cruelest human being on the face of the planet, and I hope that he gets what he has coming to him.
Yeah, like that'll ever happen. Besides, Ray Cummings deserves it. She's a pompous windbag. But, you know, she was dumb enough to get me out of St. Anne's. You gotta love her for that.
What was that?
What?
I heard thumping.
What thumping?
Thumping. I heard just a thump.
I didn't hear anything.
There it is. There, did you hear it? It sounds like it's coming from the basement. Stop it with the looks.
What looks?
Christian loves Jen. End of story, okay?
Fine. I gotta get something for my room. You can be here for a while?
Sure.
He bought Lindsay's gallery?
That's what he said.
It's bull.
Well, he even had proof. He had a contract. Seems those phone calls, they were just negotiating.
I'll kill him.
No. Antonio, you watch what you say.
That lying son of a...
Hey, you know what? You're too emotionally involved in this case.
Look, he turned Kerry against me. He's guilty. You know he's guilty.
Yeah, I know. But I have to remain detached. I have to stay with what I can prove. And you know something? So do you. Antonio, I'm gonna pull you off this case. I think it might help things with Kerry, too.
Oh, I think it's a little too late for that, Commissioner. Damage has already been done.
Jen, are you all right?
I want to talk to you, Natalie.
Jen?
Talk to you about what's been going on. What's really been going on.
Yes, Asa. I did catch your little show.
Good. How'd you like it?
I didn't.
I was thinking of doing a follow-up piece next week.
Oh, good.
Your problem, Gretel, you never learn like I did.
Learn what?
When you're gonna pull a scam, you have to have the brains not to get caught.
Oh, God. You have been caught plenty. The first thing that comes to mind is you faking your little death again.
Touché. But at least I never got to the point where I'd run out of town on the rail, and that's what's gonna happen to you, honey.
Because you're gonna see to it, aren't you?
Oh, you've got that right. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Not a thing, Gretel.
You're right. There's not a... Wrong, Asa.
is something I can do about it.
Okay, baby, you're almost there.
I'm telling you, I heard thumping.
Well, I didn't. You don't hear it now, do ya? So why don't you just drop it, okay?
Don't you want to know if there's somebody down there in Ray's basement?
Nobody's down there. Now, will you get another thought in that pea-brained blonde head of yours, please? I know. You know, why don't we go upstairs and work on our strategy, how we're going to get out of here tonight?
Why upstairs?
Because I'd like a change of scenery, okay? Come on, up.
No. I'm going down there to see what's going on in that basement.
No, you're not. Ow! 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 You're not going anywhere.
Why not? Why can't I go down to the basement? What are you hiding down there?
Nothing. You're going to stay right there until I tell you you can leave. Got it?